Hello, beautiful people. This is Freedom Fighter. Thank you for tuning into our channel, Goldilocks Global Banking News. Everybody knows that Goldilocks is the #1 source for the RVGCR. People from around the world tune in to see what Goldilocks is sharing on the RVGCR. Don't miss your chance and get your latest updates every day. So like, share, and subscribe to this channel to get your daily podcast from the Goldilocks articles on the RVGCR. Brought to you by Freedom Fighter.
Hey, fine folks, this is Freedom Fighter. Welcome to Saturday Night Dialogues. It is December the 14th, 2024. We are in the holiday season. I know a lot of people are out shopping, spending all of their money for the holiday season. We hope that everyone is safe in your travels. We have an amazing call for you tonight. There is major development out of Iraq. We're going to show you directly from Iraq more of what they are doing, and they are announcing how they are implementing measures that will absolutely increase the value of the dinar. We're also going to talk about private wealth management, which a lot of our members are already doing, establishing relationships. And we're going to briefly touch on the IRS new tax law going into effect January the 1st, specifically for foreign currency exchanges. Why all of a sudden? And so before we get into that, let's jump into some prayer, some announcements. Father God, thank you. We always thank you for just being omnipresent, being God Almighty. We want to ask that you cover everyone that we know are traveling on the highways and up and down the roads as they are shopping, as they are traveling. We ask that all families, all people that are in process of visiting their loved ones, we ask that you keep everyone safe. We know there are places where there are major weather conditions in certain states. We ask that you cover everyone as much as possible. Father, we thank you for this opportunity, this blessing of this once in a lifetime generational wealth that we call the RV. We know that it is something that you have bestowed upon us. We know it's something that you are enabling us to participate in, and we are very grateful. And we hope that we are good servants and do the right thing by you for this blessing that you're bringing upon us. And we give you all the honor, all the glory, and in your precious name, amen. Real quick, folks, some quick announcements. Then we're going to jump right into it because we also have some members that have just amazing updates on their experience with bankers. So let's get into some quick announcements. The Goldilocks QFS Dialogues Room, of course, is open from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Monday through Saturday. That is where we break down Goldilocks articles. We go over the articles, and large in part, that is where we are able to help members to learn how to establish relationships with these actual bankers who are prepared to exchange their currency and then also manage their wealth as well. And this is where myself and Wiley brings his golden nuggets of wealth management and wealth establishment. And we just help members there to learn how to grow and establish those relationships. And that is also where the Goldilocks QFS Dialogues Room is where the members who have already established relationships, who are already RV ready, they are helping other members to follow in their footsteps. All right. Then we have higher learning on Thursdays at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with Anastasia. Last Thursday, she did live readings of people's loved ones, friends, and family, dead or alive. So a lot of tears, a lot of cheers on last Thursday's call. All right. And we have Dee's room where she drops tons of articles every day on the RV as well. And then crypto finance news, where all things crypto, any questions related to crypto, that's where Dave Big Dog has the crypto finance room. Then Goldilocks Global Banking News, your daily podcast, whereby you are able to get updates daily by myself, Freedom Fighter, on the articles that Goldilocks is sharing. And that is why also we're going to touch on what Iraq has announced just yesterday, again, that they are moving towards what they're doing towards the revaluation of their currency. Also, Goldilocks Global Banking News. It just seems like, I think 2 weeks ago, that our amazing member Jan posted in the Goldilocks QFS Dialogues room how that room blew up and is expanding. Now, Goldilocks Global Banking News, just on 2 Saturday calls, we announced reaching 11,000. We're now at over 12,000 in 2 weeks. This is a true testament to you, the people. Just like the stories you're going to hear tonight from members, many members who are following the advice and the blueprint that we're giving them to establish these relationships with these actual bankers who are going to exchange their currency, and they're sharing it. And it is going out all over the world. As a matter of fact, earlier today, we had Bambi from the United Kingdom, right in London, who gave her update on how she was able to crack the code in the United Kingdom, establish a relationship with an actual banker who agreed to meet with her in the beginning of the year, and he has acknowledged the currency revaluation and that he is willing to meet with her in the new year to discuss her plans of what she will do with her exchanged currency. Folks, you are in the right place at the right time, and we are very proud to be sharing this moment with you. You are more than welcome. If anyone is not a member of the Goldilocks QFS Dialogues room, where we help our members to do what other members are doing in establishing relationships and learning the process of the RV, click the link at the top of the description for free. You can join the family, and you will be welcomed and assisted to begin establishing your relationship where you can be prepared for your exchange properly with the assistance of other members. Just imagine someone who has already established their relationship with their bankers who are going to exchange their currency and the wealth management teams that's going to generate and build their generational wealth. Just imagine having someone like that to help you, assist you to do what they have already done. And you're going to hear from some of them tonight, where you have heard some of their stories, but there has been elevation and rejuvenation to a certain extent. So we are going to jump right into, also we're going to have, just so you know, Brunette Grand, who's going to come on and give her update, Lady Unique, and then Sally I Am is going to share in the articles and helping to read the articles. We are going to go to, let me tell you something. Brunette Grant, if you can unmute, let's get right into it. We're not going to waste no time here.
How are you?
I'm great, beautiful. How you doing?
Pretty good.
Let me tee it up for you real quick, young lady. Folks, so you all have heard Brunette Grand's story. I'm going to summarize this, Brunette Grand, then I want you to take over.
Okay.
Folks, you all have heard the wonderful, amazing Brunette Grand. first, let me give you a little quick background. For those of you who don't know Brunette Grand, some of you who have been around for a while and you know of Brunette Grand, you heard her story, you don't know that Brunette Grand, we go back a little bit to the other room. In fact, Brunette Grand was one of my biggest helpers, assistants, right before we transitioned to this new room. You remember that, Brunette Grand?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know that. You and I go back a little bit. We go back a little bit. So, folks, Brunette Grand, she got so far in establishing her relationship with the actual bank, Tier 1 bank, that is going to exchange her currency. And she got as far as the 4th meeting with the wealth management team that was prepared to build her generational wealth from her exchange currency. Lo and behold, in her town, due to the fact that several gurus encouraged their members to go to the banks to talk about Jamie Dimon and the RV and then Dinar. And so basically, yes, the guru foo-foo. And so what had happened was one of the wealth managers that was in the meeting with Brunette Grand, she had meetings with a team of wealth managers. One of them called her and gave her a gut blow that the RV is a scam. This is not something they're interested in, so forth and so on. It was a shock after the great advancement that she made. This is the phone call that she got from him, but it was because they got spooked. What they were trying to do is to put her on the back burner because they didn't want to continue getting the influx of calls from these guru folks having people call this bank talking about Jamie Dimon and the Dinar. So they just lumped Brunette Grand into the same basket and called her basically to let her know, stand down. So but I know what they were going to do. They were just going to wait until the RV and contact her. However, a couple of days, maybe a couple of weeks or so goes by, and one of the other wealth managers that was in the meeting with that gentleman who called her and gave her that bad news, he went around that wealth manager and contacted Brunette Grand directly and basically wanted to rekindle the relationship and kiss and make up, if you will. But by that time, Brunette Grand had posted in the room about what happened, this phone call she got from the wealth manager. So Wiley and myself communicated with her behind the scenes, and she dusted herself off, and she is in a better situation now than she was before. She was able to contact a private wealth management firm. Mind you, she was connected with the Tier 1 bank wealth management. She did such an amazing job establishing a relationship with a private wealth manager last Tuesday. If you're not sitting down, sit down what you're about to hear. The actual banker, yes, wealth manager, came to her home. And when this wealth manager, this banker, pulled up into her driveway and smelled that fresh coffee and those pastries in her kitchen, this banker was smitten. See, when the banker walked into her home, I think Brunette Grand had banana nut bread with poppy seed already made, and she posted a picture in the room and made us all hungry. It was early in the morning. It was early because our room opens at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard, and I believe the banker was supposed to be at your home at 9 Central, your time?
No, she was supposed to be there at 10 Central.
10 Central. Okay, 10 Central. And so, I was teasing Brunette Grand that when she's put a little extra ingredients into that banana nut bread, like some sweet dinar. But the banker came in and declined to eat the bread because she's on a low carb diet. But she had the coffee though. She drank some of Brunette Grand's coffee, not knowing that Brunette Grand sprinkled some of that dinar juice into that coffee too. So there's an extra $5 million that Brunette Grand got coming when she exchanged. The dang old banker thought she was slick, saying no to your banana nut bread. Meanwhile, you slipped some of that good stuff in the coffee. You were ahead of the game, young lady. So if you can, I gotta make you laugh.
I know.
So I summarized it. If you can tell folks what happened, this is like a redemption story, if you will, pun intended. Redemption story. This is a redemption story you have. You're in a much better you're RV ready. All you just need to wait is for the grades to go up and you're set. Am I right or wrong?
Yep. No, I'm ready.
So tell us, how did you get to a point where everything was great with the tier 1? The Guru Fufu got in the mix. You shed some tears, but then those tears turned into happy tears.
Well, I'm not a quitter. By no means.
Yes.
After you and Wiley talked to me, I said, you know what? I've already got a plan. I'm gonna go for it. So I went and started, and I knew exactly what company. So I went and started checking everybody.
What private wealth management firm?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And so I found the one that I wanted. She was a wealth manager for women, and she had been doing it 30 years. And she does all of it. She's a philanthropist. She works with veterans. She's into everything.
And you didn't have this with the wealth management people at the tier 1 bank, right? Yes. As far as her background.
Yes. But the one before didn't have as many years as what she had.
Gotcha. Okay.
So, but I did check her out, and everything was just perfect. And I said, you know what? I'm going to go for it. I'm going to call. So I did call, and she wasn't there, but I left a message. So she called me back, and was wanting to know when I wanted to meet. And so I told her she had to pull over because she was driving, so she had to get the out. So we set up a time, and she goes, would you like for me you want to meet me at the office, or do you want me to come to you? And I asked her, I said, oh, you do that? Sure. Come right on in. So we set it up. We set up the time for that December 10th, and she gave me a confirmation. She verified where I lived at, and we was both ready to go. So that morning I had everything ready, and
you sure did. The table was
a virtual fireplace going, and I had all the lights on. So and she was on time. I mean, she was right on the nose. So I invited her in, and of course, she had to take time out to look at all my Christmas decorations. The funny thing about it is she went up to the TV acting like she was warming up. I said, well, whatever floats her boat, I guess. I said, I guess we could pull up the chair by the TV if she wants to do that. So,
wow, that's funny.
We made it to the kitchen table. So anyway, we sat down. I got her some coffee and asked her if she wanted to eat nut bread. She goes, no, I'm on a low carb diet. I go, oh, okay. So, right then, we started the personal relationship part of it. We got to know each other. We talked about both, we both have grandkids. We talked about them. We
Mm-hmm.
talked about what we've done in the past and what our interests were and all that. So
Mm-hmm.
we got into that. We talked about all of that for a little while because, you know, you always have to get some personal relationship going because that makes it more
Right.
comfortable when you get into the business part.
Right.
So once we did that, we started. She asked me. She goes, "Well, what would you like for me to help you with?" And I said, "Well, I have some investments with a multitude of things, and I
Mm-hmm.
would like to find out what you can offer me and help me manage, and what your services are and all that." So she
Mm-hmm.
gave me the rundown of what she did and
Right.
what she can do to help me.
Mm-hmm.
And we was, talking for a while, and then, a little bit later, she brought up, "Well, is it an inheritance?" Or I said, "Well, I just got some money coming in, and
Mm-hmm.
right now I'm just looking to set up a, wealth management so I can get all my ducks in a row and ready to go."
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So she told me what, she was going down all the services, and she was letting me know that a lot of her clients let her do the reins, and or you can make the choice of, tell her what you want to do. She said,
Mm.
"Hey," she goes, "We can work. I can tell you what you I can give you advice, or you can give me what you want me to do. We can just work with it."
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then she brought up that question again, so I said, "You know what?" And
Mm-hmm.
boy, I was hesitant, believe me. Once I went through this first time, I said, "Okay." I said, "Well," I said, "I've been investing in foreign currency for quite some time, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking forward to making a profit from it in the future, and I just
Mm-hmm.
want to know if if you're the one that could offer me the services that I am looking for." And she
Mm-hmm.
wrote it down, and I was watching her expression really close. She
Mm-hmm.
didn't flinch or nothing. Did not say anything bad, negative or anything. She wrote it
Mm-hmm.
down. I told her what my other investments were. She wrote it down.
Mm-hmm.
So everything was good at that point. Nothing,
Mm-hmm.
she was satisfied with what she was hearing. There was nothing negative that, she didn't say anything more about it. So then
Mm-hmm.
we, got into more of the services, and she had a lot of good advice, and I was really satisfied. Well, I told her, I said, I think I've found the one that I am looking for.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really satisfied. And as she was wrapping everything up, she just told me, she said, "Well, when it's time uh, for us to get back together, you just let me know, and we will definitely set up a meeting again." She goes, "I'll be waiting for you." She said, "I'm looking forward to our next visit."
Mm-hmm.
And she wished me a Merry Christmas. And she goes, "Just let me know, because you can email, you can text me, you can call me, anything, any way you want to do it. Just let me know. I'll be here for you." And that was it.
And I know, I remember when you posted the room that she said she will be ready and waiting.
Uh-huh. Yep.
See,
Yep.
she knows, and and I'm explaining this to everyone listening. And this banker that came to Brunette Grand's home was very methodical, and by writing down what Brunette Grand said as far as foreign currency and other investments, and not flinching, but letting Brunette Grand know that she will be waiting and ready. That is code for the banker to give Brunette Grand the message that she knows what's going on.
Yeah.
I'm going to explain something to you all. The banker cannot come out and express and say that she or he, whoever it is, knows beforehand, because this banker is a fiduciary. They have certain guidelines that they must follow. See, just imagine if this banker is in Brunette Grand's home, and the banker says, "Oh yeah, You got that foreign currency? Yeah, we know all about the RV, Brunette Grand. We just can't say nothing, but we're gonna be ready. But meanwhile, Brunette Grand has a recording device, and now the banker is on record saying this about, for example, the dinar that's not even international yet. The banker would lose her job.
Yeah, yeah.
And in fact, Brunette Grand, you work in the bank. You know, there's certain guidelines there's certain things that can and cannot be said.
Oh, most definitely. That's when we was in training. Oh, it took us we was in training for a while about that.
Mm-hmm.
The ins and outs of that, because
When you were training on your job with the bank?
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
because serious stuff you're looking at.
That's right.
Very serious.
Right. And that's why when folks run into these banks, and this is how the hurdle, the issue that you ran into at that tier 1 bank with that specific wealth manager after the 4th meeting, he called you with the foolishness, is because the gurus having people run and call the banks with garbage. And they like you were trained, certain things you can and cannot say until it's time. So now, after what you went through, like you said, you're not a quitter. Would you say you're in a better situation now for exchange and wealth versus before?
Most definitely. Matter of fact, that was a blessing in disguise.
Yes, it was. Yeah. Thanks to the gurus.
Yeah, it wasn't made to, I mean, it wasn't supposed to work out that way, but boy, I'm sure glad it did, because I found the one that was just perfect for my needs, and she is so nice and friendly, and you can pick up a relationship with her so quickly. So I loved it.
See, and I believe she's coming to your log cabin in the future too.
Oh yes, because she asked me, she goes, what is your future? She asked me what my future plans were. Well, wanted to do. And I said, well, said, I'm not a big spender. But I said, the thing I want is a rustic log cabin in the woods. She asked, do you know where you're going to put it yet? I said, no, I haven't got that far yet. But she said, well, she goes, I would like to come visit you when you get it built. I said, most
nice. Nice. Oh. That is so awesome. That is so awesome. Is Wiley, are you here? If Wiley is here, we got to get him on, because Wiley was huge and instrumental in helping you to get to this. Oh, there he is. Hi, Wiley, there you. Wiley, you can unmute.
Hey, good evening, Brunette Grand, Freedom Fighter.
Howdy.
Yeah, Brunette Grand, she's like a power forward, just throwing some elbows to get to that. She ain't messing around. When she got the cold shoulders, she went directly for the big guns.
Yeah.
It kind of left me in a bad spot, and I was really upset at first. But I come back and I said, after you and Freedom Fighter, I go, you know what? There's no sense in being down. There's a lot more out there that I can accomplish, and by God, I got it done. I got it done.
Yeah, so. You did. And you got a firm that you're not going to outgrow. They're going to be with you for a long time.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah. This firm, ladies and gentlemen, this private wealth firm is huge and much better situation than the wealth management department at the tier 1 bank. Like you said, Brunette Grand, it was a blessing in disguise.
Oh, most definitely. I wouldn't trade it for the world now.
Wow. See, and Wiley, just the fact that how Brunette Grand didn't quit. She put in the effort, the work. She saw the list of firms that you posted, and she put in the work to contact them. And look where she's at.
I never thought anybody would go after any of those firms. I thought they'd be too afraid to go after those guys.
Oh, you know what? I look at all of that stuff. I study all of that stuff, and once I had this mishap I said, you know what? I know exactly where I'm going to look at. So I did. I went back over those, and I went through every one, and I investigated every single one of them. And I
Good for
went
you.
back to that one. I said, you know what? I'm going to go in there and see who they got. I went through everybody in that company, and I found this. What there was two of them, but then it kept drawing me to her. So I said,
Yeah.
this is going to be the one that I'm going to call and see if she would be willing to meet with me. So that's what happened.
Man, sounds like a little divine intervention was going on a little bit there too. Like, hey, I'm gonna point you in the right direction where you need to be.
Yeah,
That's right.
yeah, that's what happened. I was so thankful.
Wow.
I truly feel sorry for your banker when you walk in there and they say, "We'd really love to work with you." Yeah, I've made other plans.
You know what? I'm sorry, but I don't, because
Yeah, because they ended up calling you back, right? From the first, with the tier one bank, wealth management.
yeah, the one, because he had already had a savings there. So when I opened up the checking account, yeah, he was the assistant. He's the one that opened up the checking account with me. So later on, well, a couple of weeks went by, and he had called me to check up on me to see how everything was doing, and did I get my card. He says, now, if you have anything else that you need at any time, please give me a call, and we could set up another meeting.
And by that time, you were already down the road with the private wealth management firm and connected with this lady.
That's right.
That's so awesome.
I wasn't going to wait around. I said, enough of this. Enough of this.
You know, this whole thing is crazy to me because Brunette works in a bank. She's trained on the foreign currency window. She knows what's going on. You know factually what's real.
Yeah.
And this gentleman who's supposed to be there to help a client walking in the door dismissed you without even so much as having a back and forth conversation with you at just a decent human rate to say, hey, here's kind of where we're at, where you at.
Yeah.
It was just like, yeah, you're with this, you've been scanned, you know, you've been taken, you've been hoodwinked, you know, and didn't even give you a chance to like explain, like, well, I work in a bank, I know a little bit more than you probably think I do.
Oh, trust me, I told him a lot of things. I told him a lot of things, and he wouldn't go for any of it. He wouldn't check. He wouldn't do his due diligence on anything. As a matter of fact, he just quit communicating entirely. No email. No.
See, I'm gonna tell you what happened was he was told to do that.
Probably, yeah.
He was told to do that by his higher ups because they, like you said before, Wiley. I think when we not communicated before how they bombarded that area, that bank where she was at.
Yeah, and Brunette Grant's my neighbor basically, so I know what she went through because myself, I've been to some of these places. I've had conversations with them, and trust me, I'm pretty well armed with what I can talk about.
Yeah.
And they just don't want to touch it, and then they'll tell you later, yeah, but we don't want to get into that because it opens Pandora's box for them. And like you said, Freedom, they can't talk about it openly for fear of it getting out.
Yeah.
Because especially in your area where you and Brunette Grant are, it got out years ago.
Yeah.
But it was messy because the guru's sending people to the branches and overrunning them for nothing.
Oh yeah, because this particular one kept saying, "Well, yeah, we've heard that for years. That's a scam. You don't need to be buying any more of that stuff." And I said, "Oh, really? Well, I
see." But he didn't say that in your first three or four meetings.
No, he did not. And a matter of fact, my first meeting, remember when I was asking him, well, you know, if I ever go on vacation after all this is over with, when my investments cash in, you do exchange foreign currency as far as, you know, if I'm traveling, I need to come back. And he said, oh, most definitely. You remember when he said that when I was talking about that?
Right.
Oh.
But then when it was around that time when the gurus had been telling people it's happening this Thursday, boom, Your
Yep.
area got hit. That bank got
Mhm.
hit with a ton of calls, and then he called you, said, "Oh, this is a scam."
Yep. And he
But then,
completely ignores you. So I just, you know what? I said, I am not going to waste my time anymore on communicating because I
Mhm.
gave him some things to study. No way. He just
but
not,
then,
not interested.
but look at the beautiful thing. You're in a much better situation with a much better firm, and it just worked out much better for you.
Oh, it worked. I'm glad it did. I am so happy. I'm just
But
so happy
that's
with it.
but you. I want you and I know Wiley. He and I spoke about this earlier. We want you to understand and know that this was you. You did this. You
Mhm.
deserve all of the credit for doing this. Congratulations.
Thank you both for your help, though, too. So thank you
You're
very much.
welcome. You're welcome, beloved. You're welcome. You're welcome. All right.
Well, no, thank you,
Go ahead.
Brunette. You kicked the
Mhm.
door in that I planned to go to, and you've already been before I got there. Because that is where I'm taking some business.
Mhm.
Right. Well, you're welcome, too.
And you know what? You know what's so amazing, you guys? This particular private wealth management firm is also Lady Unique, who we're going to hear from next. Just a coincidence, it's the same firm that she connected to after she had a similar experience with a tier one bank.
And Freedom Fighter, if we could cue this up real quick.
Mhm.
Neither one of these ladies talk to each other to know.
Nope.
Oh my goodness. That's amazing.
Nope. No idea. Neither one of them communicated. And it just so happened to be the same private global
Oh my goodness.
wealth management firm that is very much aware of what's going on. They're very much aware of the RV. And also, again, as a private wealth management institution, they have more leeway and flexibility
Yeah.
than tier one banks. So, folks listening, Brunette Grand is going to exchange at a tier one bank, but she will move her wealth to the private wealth management firm to manage it and grow it, just so that you're aware. Congratulations, Brunette
Yeah.
Grand.
Good for you,
Awesome.
Brunette. Turn that
Good for
around.
you.
I know you were
Yes.
down, girl, and you flipped the script and like I said, you beat me to the punch and somebody I want to go work with, and I'm like, shoot. But great because now I know you've done the groundwork. I don't have to go in and
Mhm.
explain to them. I'm like, yeah, my friend was here. I'm just gonna piggyback.
Yeah, I'm a mentor, so she knows your name. So I told you that.
Oh,
Yeah.
that might be bad
That's
then. Yeah. No.
that is so awesome.
That is. That's
Yeah.
such a great story.
Yes, indeed. All right, beautiful. We will. I'm not going to come back to you later, Brunette Grand. Ask you to Google redemption center near me. I should just to get a kick out of it. All right, thank you, beautiful. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
All right, and before Lady Unique, Digger, I would like for you, Digger, if you can unmute. I have a question for you. I see you're on the call, young man. If you are able to unmute, Digger, if you can. I don't know. And this is impromptu. This is like spirit of moment. I don't know if you're even in a place where you're able to talk. But if not, that's okay. All right. Because I wanted to get before Lady Unique. All right. So Digger may not be able to talk. Okay. And JC, I see you have your hand up. I know you had an update last week. Is there something you want to say real quick before we get to Lady Unique, my good man?
Yes. How you doing this evening?
Good. You have a quick update?
I do. I went to my second meeting and met the team. And yeah, it was very interesting. Escorted up to the second floor by security.
Hold on. Did you say what floor did you get escorted up to?
42nd.
Oh, wow. This is a big building.
Yeah. Went into the conference room. great view of Bridge, and I met the team. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So it was the director of investments, the investment consultant, the financial planner, the attorney for estate, and the associate banker.
This just gets better and better. The more you talk, the better it gets.
Yeah, it was awesome. It was awesome.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you. We went over quite a few things, the information as far as how they charge. A lot of these services are all included. Not, there's no extra cost to them, which was pretty cool, I thought. But yeah, we basically went over kind of like a generic personal financial plan. They gave me a little bit of homework to do on my end. It was great, man. It was great.
Wow.
So, we have another appointment. Well, we have another follow-up before Christmas. He mentioned that he said, I told him, I said, let me just go over this information, and I'm sure I'm going to have questions. We can schedule our next meeting.
Yeah.
And he said, well, I'm still going to reach out before Christmas and wish you Merry Christmas and check in on you, see how things are going beforehand. I said, sure, great, let's do that. But yeah, so we're going to plan that third meeting after the year. And yeah, we're going to keep on moving forward.
But before you know it, you'll be at the shooting ranch with him.
Yeah, we did talk about that too.
Wow, that is so awesome, Wiley. This is, you remember JC from last Saturday, right?
Man, I tell you what, he's probably about 3 more meetings away from having full structure.
Yeah, man, absolutely. We went over that. It is a process.
Yes. But how do you feel, JC? Now that you've got this plan, they're taking you seriously. They've given you some homework to do. So now you're really vested in this. Before, you just held currency. You didn't know what to do. Now you're vested into your investment, doing the due diligence. How does it feel?
Yeah, it's great. It's definitely more real, now that I've met them face to face and, all of the information that we went over. It feels good. It's exciting. It's very exciting.
Yeah, it's real. It's tangible. You can feel, you can kind of see it now. You can kind of see, I wasn't crazy. You know what I mean? Because this thing will drive you crazy as long as it's been.
Yeah. And it's, and it's interesting because, we did talk, because I asked them, I said, this is one of the top tier 1 banks, by the way. And, I asked them, I said, you guys do exchange currencies? Oh, yeah, absolutely. And, also talked a little bit about me wanting to invest in a couple other countries, and we talked a little bit about that.
You know what's I gotta go back to this, Wiley. Now, what floor was it again?
The 42nd floor. There was a little bit of fog, but you could
right.
still see it.
The 42nd floor. But Wiley, the funniest part is, JC, you said you were escorted by security?
Yeah. Unless they take you up there.
Right, because it's funny because I know it's their procedure to have their security to escort you up, but I'm just thinking jokingly about the guru foo about heart scans and security at detail at the exchange. Well, you really got security. So the gurus finally were right about something.
There was no big right at all.
Well, there's a bit of irony too. Is JC's ex-law enforcement?
That's right. He's a former Marine.
Yeah. Yeah. He's like, I'll be fine, but I'll let you do your job. Go ahead and send me up. Yeah.
Right. This is so hilarious, man. I'm so glad that you were able to come on and share that. That is so awesome. Congratulations, my good brother.
Hey, thank you. I'm still considering interviewing, a couple other that are not banks. So
private.
No,
You're
I
going
think that we take the approach of kind of splitting it up and seeing who performs better. You know,
there you go. There you go. Diversify. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. And you're going to look to some private wealth management firms. Out, is that what you're saying?
Yeah. I think
okay.
I'm going to go on, and then I think I think on one of the other calls, somebody had mentioned looking up the top 5 Forbes investment firms. Maybe looking into that.
Okay.
Look at Wiley's Wisdom Room. I kind of posted those names and their AUM, their assets under management currently, that you can kind of take a look at and start delving in from there.
Oh yeah. I'm in your room every day, Wiley. You
got it. All right,
man. Real good stuff.
Hey Wiley, next thing you know,
really like all the stuff you're dropping about the trusts. There's really good stuff.
Yeah, the trusts are going to be a lifesaver for you. They really will, especially when you want to do some philanthropy. You want to help your family. You want to do some gifting. It's all about protecting yourself because, trust me, the snakes are going to come.
Oh, yeah. We talked about all that and the possible foundations, and just they covered pretty much everything.
That's good. Yeah.
Perfect.
And mind you, I'm glad they're mentioning it, but steer the ship a bit and they'll tell you, yeah, we can do that. And then ask, okay, how's that work? Because they're not mind readers. So that's why I'm trying to throw so much at you guys, give you the cliff notes. And I know it's a ton of stuff, but this way you have it in your mind and you know, hey, I at least got to bring it up so they know. So they have an idea, I want to do that, or I want to know about that.
Yeah. And one of the first questions I asked him was, tell me the difference between a Tier 1 bank and dealing with a family office. And that was a very interesting response.
Isn't it? Yeah. And most people don't understand that and what banks can truly do for you in some of those aspects of that. Yeah.
For sure. Yeah, but
awesome.
All good stuff. I'm looking forward to the next meeting and getting out on that range.
Hey, keep
awesome,
building relationships, JC. That's what it's about. You're going to keep doing that your entire life. Yep.
Absolutely. All right. Thank you so much, JC. We appreciate you.
Man, that was good. I love that update.
That was. Yes, indeed. That's awesome. Lady Unique, the very unique young lady. If you can unmute.
Good evening.
Good evening. How many proposals have you gotten in the last 2 weeks from these bankers?
About 3, 4.
About 3, 4. Listen, it's amazing. Your story, your redemption story, is very similar to Brunette Grand's. You made tremendous strides. Folks, I want you to really make sure you pay attention to what I'm about to share about Lady Unique's story. You all, of course, just like Brunette Grand you've heard from, you've also heard from Lady Unique and her amazing stories. She had a little setback just like Brunette Grand did, but that setback was a setup for a comeback.
Whoa.
What happened with Lady Unique, you all know from the very beginning at the Tier 1 bank, where she was told that she's on their contact list for exchange. Then she ends up going back. Weeks later, they authenticate her currency. She has a team prepared and waiting for her for exchange. They connect her to this Tier 1 bank, has a affiliate private wealth management firm. Affiliate private wealth management firm. So she begins the process of establishing her relationship. They connect her to this affiliate private wealth management firm. She's emailing back and forth, phone calls. Everything is great. Everything is smooth. They're in love, the whole 9 yards. She runs into a situation with this particular firm. It got to the point where they requested for her to send an email and a spreadsheet of her currencies and for her to provide the receipts of her currencies. Am I right or wrong, Lady Unique?
You're right.
They asked for her receipts for her currencies. So just imagine how she's gotten this far They know what's going on. They know what's coming. But mind you, the tier one bank where she will exchange her currency and the affiliate private wealth management firm, although they work together, they have separate rules and guidelines that they follow. So the private wealth management firm asks Lady Unique where she purchased her where she got her currency from. I'm not going to say where she got her currency from, but her currency came with authentication receipts. But on the website of where she purchased her currency, it mentions collectibles. Folks, if you don't know what a collectible is, I encourage you to do your homework on what a collectible is, because many people in Dinar land have collectibles, but we're not going to go there. The issue was not with her currency, but this particular firm, a red flag came up when they saw on the website that this place where she got her currency from sells collectibles. And I know what they're thinking. They don't want to go through a situation where a large portion of her currency just might be collectibles. But they didn't even communicate with the tier one bank to even have the tier one bank authenticate all of her currency like they did some of her currency up front. So Lady Unique, just like Brunette Grand, got a gut blow. It was shocking, devastating to her. However, Wiley and myself made sure we wrapped our arms around her, got with her behind the scenes, just like we did with Brunette Grand. And Lady Unique is in a better situation. It was a blessing in disguise. What happened? Because this wealth management firm says, "Oh no, you got collectibles. We're going to pause, Lady Unique. We're just going to wait. We're not going to proceed." As a matter of fact, they said, "Oh, Lady Unique, you may want to look at such and such place to purchase currency from." They recommended for you to go to a different site to purchase your currency. Did they not?
Yes, they did.
So
Yes,
folks,
they did.
listen to this. It's like they said, "Oh, we don't like that site where you bought your currency. We won't accept it. But if you purchase your currency from this site over here, we will." So this is where, again, like Brunette Grand said, she doesn't give up. Lady Unique didn't give up. For those of you in the room, you saw Lady Unique post in the room that she's going to be out for a while to take care of some personal time in a couple of days. What she was doing her homework like Brunette Grand did, and just so happens to get connected to a different private wealth management firm that opened up to her. They know so much about the currency in the exchange that she got a call from a certain individual. In fact, I believe his title was private wealth concierge service manager or something like that.
Yeah.
And so they informed her that they have their own currency desk. For those of you who do not know what a currency desk is, I'm not going to go into that in detail, but if she wanted to, she could take, when she exchanges at this tier one bank, or if she wants to, from a certain amount of currency that she has, based on the requirements of this particular private wealth firm that has their own currency desk, they could take $3 million in her currency and flip it. I'm not going to go into details on that, but she's in a much better situation now than she was before, just like Brunette Grand. Am I right or wrong?
Yes, yes, yes. On the side note of that, while they were trying to counsel me or whatever, I kept hearing, "But you're our client, and we're gonna." And the vibe was not right with me at all.
Mm-hmm.
And kudos, Brunette Graham. No wonder Wiley was messing with us this morning. But anyway, by doing that, I did have backups on site, but like Freedom Fighter said, I had to reach out to Uncle Wiley and Bro Free Fighter because I was, and then of course I did some research that these other folks should have been doing anyway, but the interesting thing is when they did try to get back with me, but I ignored them.
Hold on. So you're saying, okay, I may have missed that. So you're saying
I didn't say. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, so when they said, "Oh, you got that from a site that sells collectibles," we're going to pause. They end up contacting you again to try to get you to come back.
I didn't return the call.
Okay, I didn't even know they reached back out. Okay.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And as a matter of fact, that's how important it was for me to even mention that to you, that I didn't. I'm like, I ain't studying these people.
That's good. I love it.
Yeah, because of the way they started to address me, and like you said, like you were sharing, and then it was a whole different switch from where we started, how we were doing everything, and the fact that my bank had already verified and then, and all that stuff. But the other place they told me to go, I could have like, oh, you got to be kidding me. But anywho, knowing that and reaching back out to you guys, and I thank you so very much all the time. But when I reached out, did I miss? Hello?
Yeah, we're here.
You guys still? Oh, okay. I'm sorry, my phone. Okay. When I reached out to this other company, oh my God. Like you said, I was able to send the questions over to them or whatever from Wiley. But the way they responded back to me, it was like, we got you. This is what we do. And our goal is to make sure that we're here to assist and dedicate ourselves to your needs. And we talked about projects because I also shared with them things that I was able to have a deeper conversation with my concierge, and we set up everything. I got all my information. He sent me videos to look at, and then we would follow up and have conversations, getting more explanation into the company and showing him, because actually he's in another state, but they do have a office here in where I live.
I see that in the state of Pennsylvania.
Yeah, and
I won't say the city, but I'm looking at it right now because you said that he told you that when you exchange and it's over 1 million, that he will connect you with such and such city in the state of Pennsylvania, downtown in their local office.
Exactly. And he told me after we got finished, and we've had several conversations back and forth, because me, I got to make sure I understand, because that last episode was a learning thing for me.
That's right.
And I was able to have I felt even more. Not
prepared.
that I lost confidence. They tried to knock me down, but you can't do that to this girl. So.
That's right.
So feeling better with them, and talking to them. And when the guy opened up to me like that and said, yeah, we got a currency desk, we got this, we got that. He said, just put your, he was very, he said, you've got everything together, Harold. Don't worry about it. We got this going, got that, the plans for the team that we got together for you, and the things that I wanted to do. The outline, the philanthropy. I can't talk right now. Yes,
philanthropy.
That part, and project based, and how I wanted to do that. And he just took me to another level of understanding that better. Like he said, looks like you've got a good plan. Okay, we got just the tick. It was just very embracing. It was very embracing. So after we wrapped up and everything, he said, share with you like he told me the other day. He goes, all right, we're all set. When it's time for you to go, give me a call. I said, that's it? He says, yeah, that's it. Just give me a call.
See, and I'm looking at his title that you sent to me is Financial Advisor Concierge.
Yes.
And this, folks, think of a concierge at a hotel when you go and you go to the concierge and if you want to find out the local restaurants, the local bars, you want to find where to go in a town, you go to the concierge at that hotel and they provide you full service, everything you need. What Lady Unique has from this particular private wealth, huge major wealth firm is the Financial Advisor Concierge. And it sounds so popular, so popper. The concierge, but this is who you now, and he contacted you directly and told you that he is your point of contact. Is that correct?
Yes. And let me back up just a little bit. When I first got everything set up to have this conversation, and they responded, and he said, we're going to have a call, and we're going to do a call at 10 o'clock, so and so and so. So I'm waiting for this call. I'm waiting, and the time got over, and I'm like, oh, crap. I'm not going to get this call. Then I get this message that, sorry for the delay. We're going to have to reschedule. I'll get back with you later. And I'm like, So no sooner than I got that message, I get this phone call. And he's like, call my name. He said, hey, this is you were not supposed to get that message. We had a school. We got really, really busy here today. I want you to know, please, I want to talk with you. He was like really apologetic. He said that he just said, that's kind of embarrassing. I'm really apologize for that.
He was
That's
very
not
apologetic.
how we operate. Yeah. He said that is not how. And then he got business-like straight up and then we stayed in contact and I really appreciate it. I know stuff can happen. So, but I liked how almost immediately when I shared that, showed you that, he called me. So we did that call and we did through all that in the conversations. And like I said, he says, your team is in place. We wrapped up Saturday. And he said, your team is in place. And when it's time for you to go, just give me a call. But then I got, it was interesting because while we were in the room earlier today, he gave me a call and he goes, hey, how you doing? I'm like, oh, I'm fine. How are you? And he goes, yeah, just checking with you, make sure everything's going okay, getting ready for the holidays. I'm like, yeah, thanks. Well, just, remember, if you got any questions or anything, just give me a call or shoot me an email. But just wanted to check in with you. And I'm like, wow, okay, thanks.
That is, see, because they know what's coming. And I'm looking at your update into me and DM. So I see that they're going to connect you with someone in the state of Pennsylvania at their local office and also in Illinois as well.
Right. Yeah. He was there when he gave me that information.
Okay.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. But it's amazing how, and I'm looking at the notes where they have the currency desk and investment desk.
Yes.
You don't need, if you didn't want to go anywhere else, but just with these folks, you absolutely could because it's full service, like concierge. Yes. Everything is there.
Yes. That's what he kept. That's what he wanted to make sure that I understood.
Wow. Wiley,
all the different videos that he shared he sent me a link in an email. And I spent the whole day going through them, taking notes, reviewing them, asking questions. He did his thing. All right.
I know you know all the background of all those folks there. They they blood type.
Almost,
the high school they went
invested. Yeah, they're the unity of the team and how they are, how they work together and what drives them to make sure the success of their client and the company. But the way he presented it made when I looked at it, I'm like, oh yeah, these people I need to be with. That was just the first step. The other people, that was just for me to learn how to have a better conversation.
That's
and get where I'm at right now. So I'm good. Like you said, I'm straight, ready to go. All I got to do is wait.
And it's funny because they told you the same thing.
Yeah.
They're just waiting for go, and they'll take care of your money from there.
Right. That's it. Yeah. And he'll get into, like, of course, me, I'm going to say, well, how do we do this? He said, don't worry about it. We'll have your team place. Just get the call. And missed this part. When he did tell me that, he goes, "This way, when you make that call, we'll set you up. You'll go to our the team in your city will come to you, or maybe we'll get somebody to you. So we'll
To
see
come
how
pick
that
it.
goes." Yeah.
Okay. Is that to put your plan together after you exchange, or is that about your exchange?
The way I understand it is after I exchange,
Okay.
or either, but that's what I want to follow up with him about, because it made me think like, oh, you're going to do that here after I get all the paperwork, or you're going to meet me or there. So that little
Because
part I still got to get clarity on.
Because what I'm seeing, and Wiley knows this as well as anyone, is with them having a currency desk and an investment desk, based on certain amounts, they could exchange at their currency desk, but that would be they would have certain requirements for how much you can come to the table with to exchange with. But if worst case scenario, which is not a bad case, is just to exchange at the tier 1 bank and then move the money over, grow it with them, and then they can exchange it further once it's a larger amount.
That makes sense. Yes, that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. That's part of my other question that I wanted to ask him about. The more I got into this, and as we're talking now, that just brings to mind, like, oh yeah, I can ask that.
And Brunette Grand, hope you're taking notes, because this is in the same family as you, Brunette Grand. Wally, what you think?
Well, I think I got to write new questions for myself when I come to this company, because I can't use the ones I've given them.
That's hilarious.
It's going to cost me some work.
Oh man.
No, but what I love about that is where you're at. Know that they are leveraging everybody across all their states and everywhere they have an office to leverage the experience of those people for your team. And they give you one point of contact to where he can reach out all over the country and bring all those guys into the umbrella they need to build your portfolio for you. And you're getting all that service from that company. You're getting everything from wall to wall is available to you. And that's why you got a concierge.
Yes, I'm loving it.
Yeah,
I'm loving it. So I guess, the bottom line of that is,
it's a far different conversation than what you had at your previous place, because they were not at this level. I mean, they could do things for you, but not at this level.
Right.
No, and it's like they were, like I said, the way they were talking, it was like a dictatorship. Like, you're gonna do it like this. You're our client, and blah, 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 blah. And it didn't start that way. But once this other guy got involved and we got deeper into it, I'm like, oh, this is not happening. And then with everything else that happened, so like I said, I'm loving you guys to death. I told you that 100 times. You'll probably hear it 100 more times, but yes.
I tell you, I like how you reached out to us. You said, hey, this happened. I'm not feeling comfortable. I don't have the warm fuzzy. And we were just kind of like, what do you think you should do? I'm going to go find me another one. Okay.
I had to go back in my little briefcase. I had to go back in my little briefcase and look at my little notes, and then the other ones that you added to me. So I'm gonna look that too. So
there you go.
Hey, you guys rock. I
Freedom
appreciate
Fighter.
it.
I just picture these women like looking through an old phone book, saying, "I'm just going to start right at the front. Who's the very first name? That's them. That's who I want. That's who I'm calling, and I'm not taking no."
That's right. That's right.
How nervous were you, Lady Unique? How nervous were you to do this the second time around, especially with as large as a firm? Or did you have any indication how large they truly were?
Yeah, after I did the research and I found Tracy, your guidance, and I looked them up, and I'm like, oh my gosh. And when I saw their value of how they do, I'm like, oh wow. But as far as being nervous, no, I think no, I know. I wasn't nervous. I was more determined to make sure that I spoke to these people based on their history and what I could read about them. It gave me more like, okay, now this is hitting a whole lot better than what I thought I was. So it was enlightening, but I was agitated at first, and you guys know that. However, I had to not let that, get in my way.
Mm-hmm.
I had to push forward. I wasn't about to sit down, lay down. No, I wasn't about to give up. No. If anything, it was more encouraging for me to go on and get with it. So, not that I'm all that in a bag of chips, but it takes a lot to knock me out.
I
That's
knew
right.
you weren't down and out. You reached out and said, "Hey, I'm not feeling comfortable. But what do you think we ought to do?" You just like, I'm gonna get me another one. Okay, go get you another one.
That showed it.
And that's you doing the work, though. That's you just taking a little bit of the knowledge we've given you and reapplying it again, just like you did the first time around. But you're like, hey, I'm not going to settle for that. I want more than what I had there. If I'm going to do this, I want it all.
Well,
And that takes determination, and that takes self fortitude to go do that.
Yeah, you gotta have the right people and like I said, you guys really help make the difference. But I appreciate it, and anybody else that's hey, that's how we learn how to walk. We stumble a little bit. It's okay.
That's okay.
It's all right.
Well,
But
we appreciate you and all the other
I
members that
appreciate
go do this, that lay this
it.
groundwork down, and then come back into the room and teach the successes and the fall. I won't say failures, but take those successes and the lessons learned, and you bring those back to the room to lift up the next folks who are trying to go do this, and you're helping them with what you've learned.
And I love doing it. I'm glad to be able to do it because you can't take stuff like this and not share and not help other people. And this room is so dedicated to that, and I appreciate the openness, the true love. Just because we don't see each other, but the feelings is there, and the sincerity.
That's what it's all
we
about.
just want to see everybody succeed. We truly want to see the best of everybody succeed in this side of it. And there's a lot of bad information out there, granted, but we want to see people take this back into their hands and get their own path and their own strategy and their own plan dedicated to themselves. And I mean, say the redemption centers is true. You just want to be a number to somebody, or do you want to have a concierge that's going to take care of you when you call?
I like to have the concierge.
There's a big difference in how you're treated from one place to the next. And like we continue to say, it doesn't matter on the place you go to or the bank you go to. It's the individual that makes the difference.
That's right.
Yes, it is. Very much. Yes.
Beautiful.
Congratulations,
beautiful.
Lady Unique. You just keep growing leaps and bounds every time we talk to you.
I know. And she gets more. She gets more and more proposals every single time. I don't know. She gets stocked in the grocery store by bankers and everything. I don't know.
Her and PR giving me the business today in the room. PR went out with her wealth manager out to the country club. She's getting calls from her concierge in the morning. Hey, we're sorry about that. It's not how we do business. How can I apologize? How about I come pick you up and we just go out to dinner or brunch and let bygones be bygones? She's like, let's not let this sour our relationship. And it's like, girl.
You know what? It's funny. It just like a heartbroken young lady. She get the call from the other wealth manager, and she like, I'm just ignoring. I ain't returning his call. I ain't studying him.
That's right.
Yeah.
That is so funny.
I like that you've learned that, because Lady Unique, I've talked to you a little bit, and I said, don't let the emotions get you in the room. No excited you are. Save that for the car, for the house. And she goes, I had to keep it businesslike when I was in there. And I just see you grow. Every time you go in for these meetings, you get better and better and better at this.
Yeah.
He's calmed me down because I can vent a little bit, and it helps me calm me down, Yeah, but I appreciate it.
So awesome. And we're so grateful that you just you being you, because you're a great leader in the room as well, helping others, and Brunette Grant and so many others. And your story will inspire so many people. Just thank you for being you, beloved. Thank you.
Yeah. You're quite welcome, and thank you. Good night, guys.
All right, folks, we are going to get into some of just what you heard about private banking. Just like in Goldilocks, just so happened to share this information just yesterday about the importance of and how to and what private wealth is, foundations, and then also we're going to get into Iraq, and what they are doing. When we get into Iraq, I want you to make sure that you listen intently, because it's going to show you what Goldilocks is providing and sharing, what Iraq is actually doing. Another step that will lead to the revaluation of the Iraqi dinar. Sally, I am Miss also private wealth manager, hair salon, potlucks at the salon. Are you here, young lady? If you can unmute. Sally, I am. There you go.
I am here. I'm here. Can
How you doing? Yes, you doing all right?
I'm doing all right.
Cool. You ready to rock and roll?
Right, okay.
All right. One second. Hold on. I'm going to drop these. I'm going to drop these into the room. 1 second. Let me drop these into the room. And we're going to go down here, and we're going to put the pieces together to show folks what is going. First, folks, we're going to talk about very quickly. Sally I am is going to go over this recent, what Goldilocks has shared. Remember, if you have been told that that your exchange will not be taxed, and then I challenge you to ask Uncle Sam if that is accurate. I challenge you to follow the information from the Federal Register that the IRS is reporting that there will be taxes on the exchange beginning January the 1st. Seek your tax professionals. We are not tax professionals, so we are not where you come to ask percentages in the room about what your rate is. That's where you do what these ladies you've heard tonight do. Pick up the phone and call someone that's a professional and get the information. All right, Sally, I am. Let's get into it. If you can go, you can start at agency, and then action, then summary. If you can do that for me, beloved, appreciate it.
Okay. Agency, Internal Revenue Service, IRS, Treasury. Action, final rule. Summary, the final regulations retain the basic approach and structure of those proposed regulations and include an election to treat all items of a QBU as marked subject to a loss suspension rule, an election to recognize all foreign currency.
Hold on a second, Sally. 1 second. 1 second. Real quick, folks, when you QBU, which is qualified business unit, this is currency. Sally, when you read this, I want some passion out of you. I know you had a long day.
Very.
So I want you to slow down.
Okay.
Just a little bit. Just slow down just a little bit, and I'm gonna be with you. I'm gonna hold your hand as we go through this. I'm gonna pause for a little bit as we go through this, and I'm gonna walk you step by step, just me and you.
Okay.
All right. Go ahead. Election.
An election to recognize all foreign currency gain or loss with respect to a QBU on an annual basis.
And folks, a QBU is foreign currency. So when this says an election to recognize all foreign currency gain or loss, this is if you will gain or either you will gain or lose when you exchange your currency. Now, Goldilocks has shared several times throughout the last several months that under this new law, Section 987, any foreign currency exchange where you profit or gain more than $200 from your exchange is taxable. So I know there are many you keep hearing from certain people that have imaginary sources, have imaginary Bankers who also tell you the imaginary situation that you won't have taxes. Well, the IRS is telling you different. Who are you going to believe? You can continue.
An election to recognize all foreign currency gain or loss with respect to a QBU on an annual basis. A new transition rule. Section 987 of the IRS Code. This rule primarily impacts businesses with qualified business units, QBUs, operating in a foreign currency where they need to translate their foreign transaction into their functional currency.
So this is an exchange from foreign currency transaction into their functional currency. This is an exchange. This is showing that there are taxes coming for foreign currency exchanges. You can go ahead.
An example of a qualified business unit is a dollar or some other currency, i.e. V&D, that qualifies to be used in tradable transactions around the world. Effective date. The final regulations are effective December 10th, 2024, and generally apply to tax years beginning after December 31st, 2024.
So beginning the tax year after December the 1st, 2024, January 1st, this IRS tax law goes into effect. And then this is from the Federal Register, which is the online version of the Iraqi Gazette, whereby laws are applied. So folks listening to this on YouTube, if you want to be in line and follow, just like you heard Lady Unique and Brunette Grand and JC, you want to meet folks that are prepared and getting prepared for their exchange, have relationships in place, click the link at the top of the description. Now we're going to get into next about wealth, private wealth, just like you heard Brunette Grand and Lady Unique. Goldilocks has been sharing the importance of this. Wiley has been sharing the importance of this. We're dropping it and sharing it in the room every day. You can establish these relationships with wealth management. Now, you can read, you don't have to read the whole sentences. Sally, I am just wealth management. And you can do the first sentence and then the titles as you can continue.
Okay. Wealth management is
a private bank's role. A private bank's role.
A private bank's role is to help wealthy individuals manage their finances and increase their wealth. Private banks offer a range of services, including
one second. Private banks, folks. What you just heard, Lady Unique and Brunette Grand, they met. A private wealth management firm, folks, is a private bank. So when you have Goldilocks sharing, a private bank's role is to help wealthy individuals like Brunette Grand, like Lady Unique, to manage their finances and increase their wealth from their currency exchanges. Private banks offer a range of services, including, and you can just read the first top part of each one of those.
Okay. Wealth management is private banks which provide comprehensive wealth management services. Investment banking. Private banks offer investment banking services such as equity underwriting, and I won't read it all of that. Okay. Customized lending. Private banks offer customized lending options. Financial planning. Private bankers can help with financial needs. Tax planning. Private bankers can provide tax planning advice.
One second, pause.
Okay.
Tax planning advice, folks. This is where you even heard JC talk about meeting with, for him was tier 1, but all of the tax planning as well, when he talked about CPA, Brunette Grand, and also Lady Unique with their private bank, same thing, where these tax planners, all this is going to be full service, just like concierge provided to Lady Unique with her private bank. This is all being provided. You can continue. Go ahead.
Okay. Personalized services. Private bankers provide personalized services. Let's see.
Such as dedicated
relationships, managers, and access to exclusive products. Private bankers are experts in their field and use their experience to understand their clients' financial situation and advise them. They stay up to date with market trends, economic indicators, and geopolitical developments to make informed investment decisions. Eligibility for private banking uses start at $750,000 in investable assets.
750 usually starts at 750,000 in investable assets. I would be confident that most of you who have invested in currency will have more than $750,000. This is why that private banker, the private bank that even Lady Unique met with, told her when she has 1 million solid, they're going to take it and they're going to grow it. And if you know Lady Unique, you know she has way more than that in currency. She's going to be all set. Now, we're going to get into Iraq's latest announcement on what they're doing that will contribute to increasing the value of the Iraqi dinar. First, here is an old article from July the 27th of 2023. If you can share, if you can read, Sally, I am the first part and then the first sentence, because this is going to connect. It's going to tie in real well. Go ahead. Thank you.
Iraq currency fall linked to black market dealings.
Pause 1 second. Iraq currency, folks, fall, meaning the Iraqi dinar falls, devalues, goes down in rate, goes down in price, linked to black market dealings. I'm going to repeat it because I want you to understand what this is saying. The Iraqi dinar, this was written from July of 2023. Iraqi dinar falls. It's linked. The Iraqi dinar linked to black market dealings. Well, we're going to find out what that is. Go ahead. You can read that first sentence, please.
Iraq's currency has fallen against the U.S. dollar.
Read that whole sentence for me.
Oh, okay. The Iraq currency has fallen against the U.S. dollar because some traders are sourcing hard currency in the black market instead of using the central bank's official exchange platform. Central Bank Governor Ali Al-Alak
you got it.
told Iraqi state media on Wednesday.
So what this says, folks, this is an article from last year, July. Iraq's currency has fallen against the U.S. dollar because some traders are sourcing or they are buying the dinar in what's called the black market. Also, it's called, you've heard of the parallel market, or also you've heard of the currency auction window. It's all the same thing. Black market, currency auction window, parallel market, all the same thing. The Iraqi dinar, this is the number one source for the Iraqi dinar's devaluation. This is the number one source that has held the dinar from going international and revaluing is the black market. This is where if someone wanted to purchase Iraqi dinar, they wanted access to Iraqi dinar, instead of going to the central bank of Iraq, they'll go to a back alley and purchase the dinar from illegal dealers. And this has been rampant in Iraq since the invasion back in 2003. So this is telling you Iraq currency, the Iraqi dinar, fall linked to black market dealings, the illegal market. Now, Goldilocks has shared, as of yesterday, an update for the last year or so. Iraq has been in process of implementing measures such as digitizing their banking system to get the dinar, paper dinar, off of the streets and into the banking system through digital means, for one, because Iraq is going digital so that they can go international. Two, in order to eliminate the paper black market, parallel market from these back alley street dealings of the dinar, they have to go digital. They've been implementing these measures for over a year, and digitizing the banking system in Iraq is a large part of it. This is how they can take control and eliminate the black. Once everything is digital, there's not going to be a need, or there's not going to be an illegal market. It won't exist. So if the illegal black market doesn't exist, and that was the major contributor to devaluing the dinar, what do you think will happen when the illegal market goes away? What do you think will happen to the dinar then? This is a part of what Iraq needed to do in order to prepare the dinar to go international. Now they're announcing that the measures that they have taken, as a matter of fact, over a year ago, and many of you in the room remember when Goldilocks shared about the contracts, the agreements that Iraq signed with the Department of Treasury, the Federal Reserve, for other foreign currencies that they can be pegged to, so that the dinar could be pegged to in Iraq, which will help the dinar become stronger, and for people to become less dependent in Iraq on the illegal black market. Now, if you can go ahead and read this, Sally, I am. Appreciate it, young lady.
The CBI?
Yes.
Okay. CBI opening external channels with foreign currencies to eliminate the black market.
Okay, one second. I'm gonna read this again, but I'm gonna read it with a little slow. I'm gonna read it slow and so that folks can get it. The CBI opening external channels with foreign currencies to do what to the black market, Sally? I am
Eliminate.
Oh, you said that with some passion. I love it.
Eliminate.
To eliminate the black market, where we just read before from 2023 July that the Iraqi dinar was falling because of the black market. Now we're reading that the CBI is opening external channels with other foreign currencies to do what again?
Eliminate.
Let's go. Continue.
Opening foreign currency channels can help a country's currency by facilitating easier international trade, reducing exchange rate volatility, attracting foreign investment, and ultimately boosting the demand for the domestic currency, potentially leading to a stronger exchange rate.
That's all right. I know you're tired, beloved. I'm with you. Ultimately, the boosting of the demand for the domestic currency, folks, is the dinar. This will potentially lead to a stronger what? Exchange rate. Okay, now let's go to the key benefits of opening foreign currency channel. Folks, opening foreign currency channel windows is, remember, for those who have been following Goldilocks, you know that what Goldilocks shared with the agreement with the CBI and the Treasury for Iraq to also deal in the foreign currency of the UAE dirham, the Turkish lira, also the Chinese yuan. All of this is connected to also where Iraq has agreed. The CBI has announced that they will eliminate the electronic platform by the end of this year. This is all connected to eliminating the black market. Go ahead. You can continue, Sally. I am.
Okay. Increased trade. Wait, hold on. Is it? Yeah, that's where I'm at. Okay, I lost my place. Increased trade by allowing for smoother currency conversions. Businesses can readily engage in international trade, leading to increased exports and economic activity.
Boom. Yes. See, folks, what happens is from now with benefits of opening foreign currency channels, such as in other currencies that the dinar will be pegged to, the black market, the illegal market, the parallel market will go away. That will eliminate the black market, will actually help to increase the value of the dinar and make it stronger. This is all their step-by-step measures that they're taking to increase the value of the dinar. This is a must in order to increase the value of the dinar. This is a necessary step to eliminate the black market. Okay, you can go to, you can skip down to financial stability.
Okay, financial stability. Central banks can use foreign currency reserves to intervene in the market and stabilize the exchange rate during times of volatility.
Mm-hmm. So now we go important considerations. Go ahead.
Important considerations. Market depth. A well-developed foreign exchange market with ample liquidity is crucial for effective currency management.
Mm-hmm.
Regulatory environment. Clear and transparent regulations are needed to ensure market stability and prevent financial risks.
Okay, pause 1 second. Regulatory environment. What that is, folks, is regulations. Remember just last week when Goldilocks shared the regulations that just passed by the Iraqi parliament, the regulations for the digital transformation of Iraq's banking system, and it was posted and it was published in the Gazette. Because that's where regulations, laws are published in the Gazette. So here we have regulatory environment, clear and transparent regulations are needed to ensure market stability for the dinar and prevent financial risk. Sally Ann, are you putting the pieces together here?
I am.
I know you're sleepy. We're going to hurry up and get you out of here.
No, I'm not sleepy. It's just a lot to take in. It's a lot. I see they're creating so many things around to protect and to make it possible. And it's like I see it as a bunch of wires connecting.
Yes.
It's a bunch of wires that are being connected.
That's right. And that's going to get to a point when they quote unquote flip the switch and the lights come on. All the wires must be connected first.
Right.
Oh,
right.
I love how you gave that analogy. You're not sleepy. You're just putting it all together. You're just fooling me.
I know. I'm visual, so as I learn things, I have to download it, process it, and then I get a visual for it. That's just the way it is.
Okay. I love it. Okay, you can go ahead. Economic fundamentals.
Economic fundamentals. A country's overall economic health and stability significantly impacts the strength of its currency, even with accessible foreign exchange channels.
Now, what I want you to do, read that again. And instead of saying strength of its currency, strength of the dinar. Go ahead. A country's overall economic. Yes. It's going to have more. It's going to have more pop.
Health and stability significantly impacts the strength of its dinar, even with accessible foreign exchange channels.
There you go.
Yeah. So opening external foreign currency channels makes it easier for businesses and individuals to convert their dinar for international transactions, which can stabilize the currency's value in the global market.
The exchange to stabilize the what?
Stabilize the dinar currency value in the global market.
Now you're getting spicy. That's what I'm talking about.
Well, yeah.
Makes a huge difference. Opening external foreign currency channels makes it easier for businesses and individuals to convert the dinar for international transactions, which can stabilize the dinar's value in the global markets. I would like for you, Sally, I am to state that analogy you did again about wires. Paint that picture. You're very visual. Give us the visual of what you have in your head of what you now see.
Well, all of the articles and everything is him just like they're making laws. There's all kinds of information that keeps coming out. And let's see, it's something kind of like well, basically to run a car, like underneath the dashboard, all those different color wires.
Mm-hmm.
And they all make one thing, like the lights or whatever come on. Well, this is just a bunch of wires from whether it be the currency, all the the digital
Regulations.
currency, everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
everything has actually. I just see it too. There's a bunch of different currencies, is like a bunch of different boxes, and
Mm-hmm.
they have a bunch of different the box. I just been seeing boxes, and especially with like the digital and this, they're just all a bunch of different boxes. But
Mm-hmm.
then also I'm learning about, this is not the currency, but the tokens. I'm learning about the firewalls and all the different things that they're doing all this to protect us. They're doing
Right.
all of this so that we can have more be in control of our own, but then it be a global thing.
Right.
It's a lot to take in, but I'm really trying to grasp it. And I have a very busy life,
Mm-hmm.
and it can drain your energy,
Mm-hmm.
because mental drains your energy too. So I'm just trying to,
Right.
at the end of the evening, I'm trying to process it all. And when you put the articles out and I read them, I have to do it in the evening because I got to process it because I am visual.
Right.
So
Right. See, and I know how busy you are because, I had the pleasure and the honor for you to let me get on your schedule tonight for you to come on to read the article.
yeah, well,
Because you're so
so I
busy.
appreciate it. And I'm watching the room grow, and I'm watching how many people is coming into the room. And that's kind of intimidating. Them numbers are getting up there.
But hey, you're right there with us. You're right in the mix. You and Garlic String Bean are two of our amazing leaders, and we appreciate you. Whatever time that you can, we love when you're in the room. And it's never, don't let it be ever too intimidating. You're one of
I
the
appreciate
original.
it.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yep.
I
Thank you
really feel
so
like things
much.
are moving fast right now. You're welcome. Things are moving really fast, and I see it and I feel it,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't want to miss out because I'm very busy in so many different areas of my life. And so
Right.
in the evenings, I really want to make sure that I read the articles because, I can't explain it, but there's such a, like we talked about before, it's such a spiritual awakening, but I feel it in my spirit so strong. And
Mm-hmm.
it's like, I know I have to devote a lot of time, and and it's asking a lot of my family too, but I know later they'll be grateful and appreciative that I've invested all the time that I have now for later.
Absolutely.
And it is asking a lot of my family, and I'm grateful for that. Sometimes they understand and sometimes they don't, but I'm learning now so that I can teach them later.
That's what it's all
So,
about. That's what it's
mhm.
all about. Thank you so much. You're an amazing leader, an amazing teacher for your family and here in the tribe and the community. We appreciate you so much. And you're just a hoot too. You come on in, Miss
Oh, thank
Comedian.
you.
You're just such a hoot. We'll love it. Love it.
I've never seen so many gifts in my life, and then we get in the room, and I'm like, God damn, I got
Hey,
to
but
get on board with this.
shoot, but you're a visual person, so that's right up your alley.
You have no clue.
Awesome. But thank you so much. Wiley, are you still here? If there's, unless you're on the treadmill or something. But
Yeah, I'm still here, Freedom. No, it's all
all
good.
right. You're all good?
I'm all good.
Cool. And I loved how with the articles tonight by Goldilocks, not only does it show the taxes for the currency exchange that go live January 1st, but also touched on the wealth management and everything that in the room that we're helping the members to learn and establish these relationships, because now they can see the importance of wealth management that Goldilocks has been sharing for a while, and then how Iraq eliminating the black market, what that will do to the value of the dinar. So it's just awesome.
Yeah, it's all coming together.
Yep. All right, beautiful folks. You can click the link at the top of the description. You are more than welcome for free to join the family, the Goldilocks QFS Dialogues Room, where you will meet All of us welcome you with open arms. Wiley, the members, we're all there. We welcome you, and we hope that you all have gotten a tremendous value out of this call. Take notes, take heed. If you need to come back and listen to it again, I encourage you to do it. It'll be very well beneficial to you. Everyone have a good night. We love you, appreciate you. Be well. Ciao.
Hello, beautiful people. This is Freedom Fighter. Thank you for tuning into our channel, Goldilocks Global Banking News. Everybody knows that Goldilocks is the #1 source for the RVGCR. People from around the world tune in to see what Goldilocks is sharing on the RVGCR. Don't miss your chance and get your latest updates every day. So like, share, and subscribe to this channel to get your daily podcast from the Goldilocks articles on the RVGCR. Brought to you by Freedom Fighter.